Libya is a country split in two tonight. Anti-government forces appear to be in control over much of the east, but Colonel Gaddafi's supporters are still in force in the capital, Tripoli, and areas of the west. While the violence goes on, desperate Libyans and foreigners are pouring out of the country by any means they can get. And a warning, tonight's story contains some disturbing images. Middle East correspondent Anne Barker reports.
In Libya's east, opposition groups appear to be winning the battle against Muammar Gaddafi. In towns like Benghazi, they've all but taken over, but not without a bloody fight. And new pictures show just how fierce the fighting was. Locals say when mercenaries from Africa arrived to back up Gaddafi's own forces, Benghazi airport became a war zone. They met resistance from young people armed only with rocks and sticks. Libyan forces apparently strafed the area from the air with bullets and bombs, as captured on amateur video. Some reports put the death toll in Benghazi alone in the hundreds, maybe thousands. Among the dead were apparently soldiers found in a nearby camp. This video on YouTube, if authentic, suggests they'd been bound and shot. But with the help of other deserting soldiers and their weapons, the protesters eventually took control.
Gaddafi, go away, we don't want you. Neither you, or your family, or your tribe, nothing. We don't want you anymore.
But the battle for western Libya continues. In the northwest city of Misrata, protesters have destroyed every last symbol of the Gaddafi regime. On one building, they toppled a monument to Gaddafi's so-called Green Book, the political doctrine he lives by. At Zawiya, further west, a giant poster of the dictator was set on fire. It's unclear how much of Libya Gaddafi does still control. His strongest support appears to be in the capital, where he's believed to be bunkered down in an army barracks. But the situation in Tripoli is volatile. The airport is packed with terrified foreigners desperate to find a way out. Thousands more are trapped.
We're living every day in fear of our lives as the local people are armed with AK-47s. We're living a nightmare, and we've asked the British government to get here for days now, and they're just totally ignoring it.
Political pressure is now growing in the international community for tougher action against Colonel Gaddafi. The US has threatened Libya with sanctions and other penalties if the brutality continues.
The suffering and bloodshed is outrageous, and it is unacceptable. So are threats and orders to shoot peaceful protesters.
Words echoed by the United Nations.
Those responsible for brutally shedding the blood of innocents must be punished.
But more blood is bound to be shed before Colonel Gaddafi is held to account. Anne Barker, Lateline.